We're in FitNow personal training studio out in Ajax. Hi guys, my name is AJ Shukoori. I'm 31 years old. I'm from Ajax, Ontario, and I am the first WBFF Pro Muscle Model Champion. 2 weeks ago, I stepped on stage, weighing at about 185 pounds, and basically showed up at my best condition yet and took the world title in the WBFF World Championships. It's a great feeling. A muscle model is slightly smaller than a bodybuilder, but slightly bigger than a fitness model. It's in that in-between category. So not quite athletic looking. Your muscle bellies are a bit rounder, you're a bit fuller. You're that Calvin Klein model with a little bit more muscle. So the difference between a fitness model and muscle model, usually when you look at a fitness model, they're more athletic looking, they're slightly narrower than a muscle model. And when you have a muscle model, it's not as hard and posing as hard as you would as a bodybuilder, where you're posing to be as big as you can be on stage, and not quite fitness model where you're more athletic looking. A muscle model, you're that Calvin Klein type physique. You got perfect symmetry, you got the finesse, you got a good face, and you're not quite a bodybuilder where you're 250 pounds, shredded on stage. Bodybuilders tend to pose on stage really hard and really aggressive, whereas muscle models are a little more subtle, more Calvin Klein type posing, and you're more relaxed and having a good time on stage. It's all about having a great time. So when I first stepped on stage competing, I was a bodybuilder. I weighed at about 160 pounds. Not quite sure what category I wanted to be in. So just over the years, I built some size and mass, got up to the national levels as a bodybuilder, placed 5th, and I still quite didn't have the physique to be a pro bodybuilder. So then when WBFF came out with the muscle model category, it seemed like it was a perfect fit for my body type, my proportions, my symmetry, and that's sort of how I made the transition from bodybuilding into muscle modeling. For muscle models, your physique, you still want to have the size, not quite as big and large as a bodybuilder, but when you are training to be a muscle model, you want to train everything proportionately, right? You want to make sure that your physique grows symmetrically and proportionately, right? So you don't want to be quite freaky on stage where you're a Branch Warren look, where you got veins and muscles and stuff popping out of everywhere, but you still have nice sleek lines and you look good on stage. Really, it's a brand new category, so you kind of have to take your interpretation of what a muscle model would be. You kind of just go on stage, have a really good time, have fun, make sure that you look good on stage, you're smiling, and you have really nice subtle type poses, more Calvin Klein type of posing on stage. You want to make sure as a muscle model that you're not too big. You have to have perfect balance, symmetry throughout the body. So your calves, your quads, your arms, your chest, your back, everything has to make sure to be proportionate. So you still want to have good tight lines, nice tight core, but you don't want to be overly big on stage. So this is definitely a good look for us and a growing category. This past year, we had the first pro muscle model show, and I was honored to get that title. And basically, we're just going to grow from here and continue with it. Most people would look at a bodybuilder, they'll flip through a magazine and see a bodybuilder and be like, whoa, that guy's freakishly big. I respect that, but I may never be able to look like a bodybuilder. Whereas they flip the page over and they see a muscle model, that's more achievable. They can look at it and say, okay, he looks great, that looks good, I can attain that. And that's sort of where muscle model falls into. I think muscle model is a perfect fit. You got good lines, good symmetry, you're not too big, you're not too small, and it's in between fitness and bodybuilding. Recently, myself and my partner Brooke, we've opened up FitNow Studios, where we're currently at now, basically doing our own thing. We run Zumba, boot camps, yoga, and of course one-on-one personal training and group classes here as well. It keeps you going. I mean, you walk into the gym and you're tired, you're depleted, you see a client and they say, hey, you're looking good today. Do you have a show coming up? Those words of encouragement mean a lot. It keeps you going for the next couple of days until you run into that next client who gives you that little boost and says, keep it up, keep going, you look great. It feels pretty good. I mean, I've been getting more compliments now as a muscle model, weighing slightly smaller than when I was a bodybuilder. I'm getting a lot more compliments. People love my look. So basically, yes, there are hard times, but when it all comes together and you've nailed it, it's definitely a rewarding experience and a lot of fun. I'm doing this for me because I want to push my body to the next level and be the best I can be. This isn't the final product. I know I can come out looking better and better every year I'm on stage. So this is just a growing product right now.